Hello and welcome to this best of three series between xNavigator and Drugash in the Warhammer League. Today I was taken aback by the by the armies from both sides. It's gonna be a goon on goon squad today, so let's get into it. Be sure to like and subscribe for more games. So Slaanesh versus Slaanesh on Road to Talabheim. Uh, just so you know, inside of the way that we set up the bands and picks. You can only play a mirror if you at the same level of at the same round picked the same race. So these guys both basically picked Slaanesh at the same point so that they could not like take it away from each other. It was probably their first pick, so that is what they did. So we're gonna see a interesting match here. Relatively similar armies from the looks of it. Also, thanks for the feedback. Somebody commented basically they're getting a bit motion sick from the speed of my movement inside of the game, so I removed the. I slowed down basically the camera pan a bit, and yeah, let me know if this is a bit better and it's not as jittery or like fast. I'm just used to it when I'm playing the games. Just gotta remember to put it on. So let's go to the armies. On the side of Navigator, the classic Slaanesh, quad horsemen with the Riders of the Mighty Serpent. These guys are basically auto include. They're 700. They're basically the same price as the horsemen, and they just have so much more. They have bonus versus large. They have their little aura thing, which is the battle songs that causes fear. But that kind of doesn't matter into Slaanesh because they all have ITP from the mark, right? It just gives ITP, physical resistance, and speed. So yeah, not needed in this specific matchup, but they're like the best thing. And on this side, we have a Chaos Sorcerer of Slaanesh, Rod of Torment, like the little Doombolt thing, Phasmagoria, which is very interesting. So he's looking to stop the opponent's side from moving and then win the charge, basically. Also Pavane, and we get the Mask rocking his basic Chanson of Caging, I assume, is going to be the main aura that he turns on. Other than that, just a bunch of Forsaken. And on the side of Drugash, we actually have, again, Mask, very prevalent. And then we have an Allurus, which is interesting as a different type of fighter. So she's a much better fighter than the Chaos Sorcerer, but he is on a steed and she is not, though she is even faster on on without the speed by 10. But she does have magic damage, so she can bypass the Mask's actual physical resistance, and we will see if that actually comes into play. And he's rocking Acquiescence and Lash, which is super cool because this is a bit different. We also have a bunch of horsemen, so it's going to be 4-on-4 when it comes to horsemen. So he's looking to potentially snipe the opponent's mask easier comparatively to the Chaos Sorcerer, just because he doesn't have the magic damage. And on the side of Drugash, we actually have triple Chaos Warriors of Slaanesh Hellscourges. These guys are mega cracked, man. Like, insane how good these guys are, just because look at their stats: 100 armor, 54 melee defense. Like, nothing is going to touch them, even on the side of Slaanesh. Like, Forsaken still have 42, but they're gonna get over a long fight, especially with the armor. And the poison, they're just gonna get clapped. And we got just a devoted Marauder. That's pretty much it. Let's see how this goes. This is gonna be, I assume, a very fast game. So what type of dance is basically Navi rocking? I assume it's just the Dance of Dreaming with the Mortis engine. Nice slash immediately there. I would however, did he bring the passive? Yeah, he did bring the passive. So honestly, I would have waited on that specific slash, just because when you engage, you want to pop the spells so that you get the passive, because the passive is just so cracked, right? And a bit of dancing from the horseman. It seems like Drugash is losing the battle for the horseman a bit. But the best thing is that his horsemen are shooting into stuff like Forsaken, right? Forsaken don't have shields. The Chaos Warriors have silver shields, so Drugash has the advantage as long as he keeps the horsemen behind and doesn't lose the mini fight. So it seems that yeah, that they're using just different auras. The Mask from Navi basically using the Mortis engine effect, yeah, it's using the Mortis Engine effect, while the mask from Drugash is using the slowing and the minus exhaust event, which is interesting to see the difference between it. Let's see which one does better, right? Horsemen getting a bit routed. Now it's going to be time for just a bunch of Hellstriders, right? So Navi banking around 1,000, and he also has his Hellstriders versus the other person's Hellstriders. It's just going to be like, who is going to... I'm not a fan of this. Not a fan of the lashes just being thrown out because they are being thrown out. You're not making use of the passive, right? And the passive doesn't last a long time. It's just like 9 seconds, 10 seconds. So, ooh, nice Phasmagoria. Oh, this is so good from Navi's side. Then he charges in with the Hellstriders, though Slangors are super speedy. So even though this was a very good charge, he didn't have the overwhelming force with just one of the Hellstriders and one Forsaken. He needed these two Hellstriders to basically be also supporting pieces in this charge for that to work, but it was a very good concept. He is, however, very much winning the horseman battle, and if we just zoom in like this way to watch the entire battlefield, they're very much dancing, but this is super risky from Navi's side, because he's gonna turn his back to just the Vanguard summons from Drugash. Like, the more he goes closer to this point, the more he's just gonna be able to be susceptibly like gone around, right? Because you can very much easily do this while his horsemen are kind of safe in his back. And in that time, the summons from the Slangors and the actual fight from the Chaos Warriors is absolutely destroying Navi's front line. He's even though the value is pretty similar, like, Navi is currently winning the like mobility fight a bit, but Drugash is winning the melee fight. And when push comes to shove, I think winning, like, just keeping your horsemen alive and just doing like minimal support, nothing is going to kill these Chaos Warriors. They are basically immune to the entirety of the fight, especially because the mask from Navi's side is just not engaging as much as the mask from Drugash, right? It's supporting, it's fighting here with the Forsaken and the Hellstriders, and these guys are just chilling, and they can again rotate here and just pepper the Forsaken and the Slangors, because Navi is using the Mortis Engine, but what is it doing? It's doing basically nothing because it's not fighting. It's not in like a blob of Chaos Warriors at all, so this is kind of just ineffective. Also, if you compare the big circles between the masks currently, you can see that the drain aura is like a lot bigger than the Mortis Engine aura. So at least during the non-fighting, he should definitely be using the other aura, seemingly to just drain out the vigor from the opponent's side, right? If anything else. So again, mask chilling, other Allurus just going into the horsemen. He's trying so hard to try and fight the horsemen from the side of Drugash, because he knows that is his kind of win condition. If he beats the mobility, then he can probably like eke it out over time, but he just got in way too deep. And you should also remember that even the Marauder horsemen get devastating flanker, right? So going in too far and then being charged by the horsemen that have less models, but you're kind of surrounded and have nothing to go off of, is still a good fight for them, right? And if we look at this blob fight, we literally cannot tell without the outlines who is fighting who, because it's just Slangor on Slangor action. But it seems like Navi is definitely getting overwhelmed. On the other side of the battlefield, we also have Slangors fighting Forsaken. Slangors technically trade well into Forsaken, and then just Hellstriders beating Hellstriders. Like, Navi is very much gonna win this fight. Slangors do uptrade into Forsaken, but they're still gonna lose that fight. They're too Forsaken here. And there we're having the battle of the masks. They're gonna dance it out, basically. So it seems that Navi's mask is just a weaker fighter currently, because look at this, like 32, just because he has also Acquiescence on him, he's not going to be able to run away from the both Allurus and the mask from his side. This is very cool tech into Slaanesh's Slaanesh, right? If you just pop Acquiescence, have Allurus with poison damage and magic damage, your mask has a huge advantage comparatively to the other to the opponent's side. And we also have Pleasure Seekers. And technically, the mask on Drugash's side turned into the Mortis engine right now, just to proc crumbling on the opponent, right? So these guys are narcissism, so they cannot move, and it's just a huge blob fight now. Still, mask getting relatively low from the Chaos Sorcerer, but as the Pleasure Seekers proc their crumbling, this is just over because of the loss of the mask. Very cool to see the different styles. Though I think Drugash had a much better read on what is good as a counter to the other side of the Slaanesh, right? Because you do expect a bunch of Forsaken and a bunch of Slangors, and then just peppering in these Chaos Warriors, man. Like, they didn't do much when it comes to value, but they were just a linchpin of eating axes and then walking forward. Though I believe if Navi's mask had the ability to just go onto a flank and then go into these Hell Scourges and then just farm them for a bit for the value, it could have also gone totally like Navi's way, right? But the fighting squad from Drugash was just stronger, right? And let's compare the horseman value. So 700, 600, 900, and 500 versus 800, 400, 600. Yeah, in the end, because of the throw, that Navi just overextended his horsemen into the line, trying to totally destroy the side of Drugash's horsemen. He just ended up throwing them away at the end there. For the reinforcements, didn't end up summoning the Pleasure Seekers, but yeah, it was just a melee brawl from the Hellstriders. Even though these guys didn't get much value, they're just there to screen, right? And they're to enable the other pieces. And yeah, Slangors did very well. Let's see the other side. This Slangor was the one fighting on the side. And yeah, like nothing special from the Hellstriders, and it does make sense. And the Pleasure Seekers did go in very well and acquired a bunch of damage and value, but they just crumbled in the end because of the mask was just dead. Pretty cool to see a just charge into charge action, like very action-packed game, very quick one, and currently 1-1 between these two. See you in game 3.